Welcome to the deep dive. We are jumping straight into a topic that's, well, absolutely vital for anyone looking to launch a meaningful initiative.
Hmm.
How new charities in Canada can actually get funded and, build that crucial base of support.
It's a massive challenge, isn't it? For any new nonprofit, you have this incredible mission, but you need resources to actually make it happen.
Right.
So today, we're tackling that head on. We're digging into a source that lays out some genuinely proven strategies.
Yeah, and our mission for this deep dive is basically to take this article, kind of cut through the noise, and pull out the absolute essentials.
Your core stuff.
Exactly. The core steps and the specific actionable tips that you need if you're involved with or maybe just curious about how these organizations go from like an idea to making real change.
We want you to walk away with a clearer picture of the roadmap.
Think of this as your shortcut, maybe,
Yeah.
to understanding the foundational fundraising playbook for new charities, specifically in the Canadian landscape.
Let's get right into it then.
Okay, let's unpack this. The article kicks things off right at the beginning. It highlights what it calls the non-negotiable foundation.
Mm-hmm.
Having a crystal clear understanding of your charity's mission and vision. Why start there? Why is that the absolute first step?
Well, because it's basically the soul of your organization. Before you ask anyone for a dollar, you need to be able to articulate why you exist.
Right.
And what future you're trying to create. The article stresses this isn't just, for internal clarity. It's the magnet. It attracts your first supporters.
And it breaks down the mission statement itself. It needs to be short, sharp, impactful.
Yeah.
It should immediately tell people the problem you're tackling and the specific change you're working towards. No jargon, just clarity.
Exactly. And the vision is key, too. It paints the picture, the long-term world you envision because of your work.
Okay.
It shows potential donors that their contribution isn't just a drop in the bucket, but it's actually a vital part of achieving something significant over time. It gives that bigger picture.
So the core insight here is that getting your mission and vision right from day one makes communicating your value, your whole proposition, just exponentially easier.
Mhm.
And critically, it's what inspires people to, well, open their wallets in the first place. It answers that why bother
Oh, these are good.
question, doesn't it? Compellingly.
Precisely. It gives potential donors an emotional connection and a logical reason to support you. Once that foundational identity is solid, then you can start thinking about how to actually bring in funds.
Right.
And the article points first to online tools, specifically online crowdfunding campaigns.
Crowdfunding feels very accessible, which makes sense for a new charity needing to reach a wide audience quickly. The article flags it as particularly effective right now.
Especially with all the platforms available in Canada.
Yeah.
Right. And it offers concrete steps. First, pick the right platform. GoFundMe, Canada Helps, Kickstarter are examples. But the key is finding one that aligns with your specific type of project or, general fundraising goal.
They're not all the same.
No, they aren't. They vary quite a bit.
Transparency seems huge here, too.
Mm-hmm.
The article really emphasizes setting clear goals.
Mm-hmm.
Be upfront about the exact dollar amount you need and precisely how you plan to use the funds. People want to see that direct line, right, between their money and the impact.
Absolutely. And you're not starting from zero, usually.
Right.
Leverage your initial network, friends, family, board members, maybe some early volunteers.
Use everything you've got.
Yeah. Use social media, email, simple conversations. Your existing connections are basically your launch pad for getting the word out initially.
It sounds straightforward, but the article wisely adds a note of caution. Crowdfunding isn't passive. You can't just set it and forget it.
No way.
Yeah.
It requires careful planning and constant promotion to gain momentum and actually hit your targets. You have to keep pushing the story out there.
Which leads nicely into another strategy, one that's been around longer but is still incredibly powerful. Hosting fundraising events.
Events. A classic for a reason, right?
Definitely. They don't just raise money, they create a tangible touch point. It's a way to bring your community together, whether it's virtual or in person,
And make them feel part of the cause.
Yeah.
Planning is paramount here, though. The article suggests choosing an event concept that genuinely resonates with the people you want to attract.
Like what?
Well, a gala, an auction, a concert, a charity run, whatever fits your cause and your audience. You need to offer some value, some excitement.
And the money comes from multiple angles within the event itself. Ticket sales are obvious,
Sure.
but also opportunities for extra donations during the event, maybe a silent auction, Or even offering tiered incentives for higher contributions, like, I don't know, VIP access.
Yeah, good idea. And engaging sponsors is another critical piece the article mentions. Local companies or larger corporations are often looking for ways to support community initiatives for visibility.
So, getting sponsors can significantly boost your funds while keeping your event costs down.
Exactly. Double win.
And a key benefit beyond the immediate funds. Events are fantastic for building and sort of deepening relationships with donors and volunteers.
That face-to-face interaction.
Yeah, it's a chance for that connection and appreciation that can lead to sustained support down the line.
Okay, shifting gears slightly. The article then explores a strategy focused more on building financial stability, launching a monthly giving program.
Ah, yes. The holy grail for many charities, predictable income.
Right.
This allows donors to make smaller, regular contributions that add up to a reliable stream of funding throughout the year. That's invaluable for a new charity trying to budget and plan.
Definitely. And to encourage people to sign up for these recurring donations, the article suggests offering different tiers.
Makes sense.
Yeah, makes it accessible for different budgets. Maybe options starting at, say, $10, $25, $50 a month, something like that.
And incentivize it. The source talks about providing special benefits for these monthly donors.
Like what kind of benefits?
Could be exclusive updates, maybe more detailed reports on the impact of their collective contributions, or even just a small token of appreciation to make them feel special.
Mm-hmm. Highlighting the sheer convenience for the donor is also important. Setting up an automatic monthly payment is easy for them.
Set it and forget it, basically.
Pretty much. It integrates into their routine. The easier you make the sign-up process, the more likely people are to actually commit.
This really transforms the donor relationship, doesn't it? From just a one-time transaction to more of an ongoing partnership.
Fosters loyalty and engagement all year round.
Okay, now let's talk about tapping into potentially larger pools of money. The article highlights the importance of applying for grants and government funding.
Yeah, and there are actually numerous grant opportunities out there, specifically in Canada, federal, provincial, municipal levels, often supporting causes aligned with government priorities.
The article emphasizes this as a key avenue, especially for new charities.
Research is the absolute starting point, though. The article mentions looking at government resources, like the Canada Revenue Agency website, the CRA site for registered charities,
Right.
or the Canadian government's funding portal. Those are places to begin your search. Finding the grants that actually match your mission is step one.
Then comes the craft of writing a compelling proposal. The article implies it's not just write one. It needs to clearly articulate your mission, specific goals for the project the grant would fund.
And the budget breakdown.
Right, a detailed breakdown of how the money will be used.
And?
And perhaps most critically, sticking strictly to all the guidelines and deadlines.
Oh, yeah. A missing piece or a late submission can just sink an application immediately.
And don't just limit your search to government sources. Right?
No, definitely not. The article also advises researching private foundations that support causes similar to yours. While grants are competitive, especially for newer organizations without a long track record, they can provide significant funding for specific projects or help launch longer-term initiatives. It's worth the effort.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting for building buzz and reaching people where they actually are. Utilizing social media for awareness and donations.
Oh, social media is incredibly powerful today for spreading your message, building a community. Platforms like Facebook, Instagram, X, LinkedIn allow you to tell your story to a potentially massive audience.
Often without a huge initial cost.
Exactly. But it's not just about posting links. The article stresses the power of showing your impact.
How so?
Share compelling stories, videos, photos, testimonials from people your charity has helped, success stories. Make the difference you're making visible and personal.
And make it easy for people to act right then and there. Many platforms, Facebook is a prime example, allow you to integrate donation buttons directly onto your profile and posts, removes friction.
Definitely. And if your budget allows even a small amount, running paid ads can be very effective.
Targeted ads.
Yeah, for targeting specific demographics who might be interested in your cause and expanding your reach beyond just your immediate network.
The key benefit here seems to be that regular, engaging content on these platforms helps build a loyal online community.
Yeah, people feel connected to your work and are more likely to support you over time.
Next up, the article talks about something that sounds potentially very impactful, collaborating with corporate partners.
This can be a real game changer, especially for new charities. Many companies in Canada are genuinely committed to corporate social responsibility, CSR, and are actively looking for ways to support nonprofits.
And the article outlines different ways this can work. Direct corporate donations are one type, could be a one-time gift or maybe a recurring commitment.
Right. And in return, the charity can offer recognition, like featuring the company on their website, in newsletters, or maybe at events.
Visibility for them.
It's exactly. Employee giving programs are another excellent avenue. Lots of companies have programs where they match employee donations
Oh, right.
or allow payroll deductions for charitable giving. Encouraging your supporters to check if their employer offers this can significantly increase the value of their donation.
That's a great tip. Double the impact sometimes.
Yeah. And event sponsorships, like we touched on earlier, are a common form of corporate partnership. A local business sponsors your event in exchange for visibility and that positive association with your cause.
So corporate partnerships offer that fantastic dual benefit. Not just financial support, but also enhanced credibility and reputation by associating your new charity with established businesses.
Definitely adds legitimacy.
Finally, the article covers something that kind of ties all of this together and is absolutely crucial for long-term success, for sustainability, offered donor recognition and appreciation.
Yeah, this isn't just a nice to do. The article frames it as vital for building lasting relationships and encouraging donors to give again.
Makes sense.
People who feel genuinely seen and appreciated are just far more likely to become loyal, repeat supporters.
And the source suggests several methods, and they don't have to be expensive, right? Personalized thank you notes are powerful. Expressing gratitude specifically for their donation and maybe explaining the impact it will have makes the connection personal.
Definitely. Donor recognition programs can also be effective, particularly for those giving larger amounts or monthly. Publicly acknowledging contributions, with permission, of course,
Of course.
through mentions, certificates, maybe invitations to special events, it can make donors feel valued and potentially inspire others too.
And fundamental to all of this is just transparency. The article emphasizes keeping donors informed about how their money is being used.
Regular updates on your charity's progress and achievements build trust and reinforce why their support is so important.
So when donors feel valued and informed, they kind of move from being just a transaction to a committed partner in your mission. So the article essentially brings it all together by acknowledging, look, fundraising for a new charity can feel completely overwhelming.
It really can.
But systematically implementing these strategies is how you build that solid foundation for sustainable growth.
The key takeaway traits it seems to highlight are being, well, creative in your approach, absolutely transparent in your communication and finances, and incredibly persistent.
And not putting all your eggs in one basket.
Right. Utilizing multiple channels.
By starting with that strong mission, setting clear, transparent goals for each fundraising effort, and then diligently applying these proven methods, you're dramatically increasing the chances of building a successful and impactful charity here in Canada.
It really is a journey, isn't it? Building relationships and trust as much as it is about raising the actual funds.
And that brings us to the close of this deep dive. We've covered the essential strategies the article outlines for new Canadian charities, from, defining your core purpose right through to showing gratitude to those who support you.
Thinking about everything we've discussed today, the emphasis on both, asking for money and cultivating relationships, there's a fascinating balance act inherent in this work.
Absolutely. So, given that the article emphasizes both raising funds and building strong relationships with supporters across almost all these strategies, here's something for you to consider as you wrap up this deep dive. Which aspect do you think is ultimately more critical for a new charity's long-term success, maximizing those immediate donations just to get off the ground, or prioritizing the cultivation of lasting donor relationships right from the very start?